Withdraw your request. Quorum, I think.
Yes, I withdraw my request for a quorum.
Mr. President,
The senator from Oregon.
I ask unanimous consent to grant floor privileges to my summer interns for their shadow days on the following dates: Gabriella Swescombe on June 16th, Lily Middleton on June 17th, Carmen Vintro on June 23rd, Tali Greenfield on June 24th, on Julie Beirasinghe on July 14th, Kainat Deo on July 15th, Miguel Tejeda on July 21st, Dario Guadarrama on July 22nd, Lucan Pyle on July 28th, and Zuha Murad on July 29th.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that Alyssa Solanki and Harrison McBride on the Budget Committee minority staff be granted floor privileges during consideration of Senate Bill 2.
Without objection.
Mr. President, Americans are pressed to the wall. I've been holding town halls throughout Oregon. I've held 36 this year, one in every single county. Most of my Oregon counties are what you would call very red counties. But regardless of whether I'm in a blue county or a red county, folks are pretty upset. They are not happy that gas is over $5 a gallon and diesel over $6 a gallon. They're not pleased that grocery prices are going way up. They are disturbed that rent and housing costs are higher and higher. And we're seeing the impact with March home foreclosures reaching the highest rate in 6 years. They're aggravated about inflation hitting the highest rate in 3 years at 3.8%. And they are downright angry over health care costs. They're wondering why the hell the Senate went along and spearheaded an effort to wipe out the tax credits that made health care affordable for middle-class families. At the same time, they're hearing about how that big, beautiful bill from last year gave massive tax breaks to the richest Americans. So, gas up and diesel up and fertilizer up and groceries up and housing up, and the business of this chamber under the leadership across the aisle is to give tax breaks to billionaires? What the hell is going on here? That's just crazy. That is not government by and for the people. That's government by and for the powerful. What does this current reconciliation bill do for those families? Not a damn thing. Not one penny. Not one penny. Not one dime in the couch cushion. Nothing. What does it do on groceries, gas, housing, health care? A big zero. Zero like in zilch. Zilch like in nothing. Like you all don't matter across America. We only care about the billionaires. And then it hands another $70 billion to ICE and CBP. ICE and CBP are sitting on $100 billion of unobligated funds. That's like, the dragon sitting on the huge mound of diamonds and rubies and gold, guarding it. And we're going to give them more? They're sitting on 4-year supply of funds right now. And we can't do anything for middle-class families, but we're going to give ICE and CBP more money to sit on? How does that possibly serve America? Are we doing reforms? Reforms that address the secret police practices that they've been executing, terrorizing our communities across the country? Not a single reform is in this bill. Stunning. And if it wasn't bad enough, my Republican colleagues are all in on corruption, all in on taxpayers footing the bill for Trump's gold-plated billion-dollar ballroom boondoggle, a massive Louis XIV-style building so large it turns the White House into this little tiny auxiliary dwelling unit next to Trump's massive, self-serving, ego-creating, fostering monument to himself. And the ballroom isn't all. I mean, shouldn't we be doing an anti-corruption bill on the floor right now? We're celebrating America's 250th anniversary, 250 years in which presidents served the people, not themselves. And yet, we're having this year be the one where we're seeing corruption on a scale America has never witnessed before. Remember the big corruption scandals we heard about growing up? Teapot Dome. Remember that Teapot Dome was name of an area in Wyoming where an interior secretary gave non-compete oil and gas leases in exchange for bribes of about $400,000. Well, $400,000, what's that compared to the president?
Senators
giving
are
himself
reminded under Rule 19, Paragraph 2 provides that no senator in debate shall directly or indirectly by any form impute another senator or to other senators any conduct or motive unworthy or unbecoming of a senator.
Thank you for the reminder, but I think every senator here has an interest in taking on the corruption infecting America. And I would welcome the partnership of all 100 senators in this. And what about other corruption scandals we grew up with? How about Jack Abramoff, the man who was characterized as the man who bought Washington? Lavish golf trips and lavish gifts and free dinners and exclusive tickets in exchange for favors and votes here in Congress. Well, golf trips, how does that compare to $2 billion? The president giving himself control of $2 billion in a cash for cronies scheme. You know, many people believe the president was going to use that money to help foster disruption of the November election. That's how concerned Americans are about the integrity of the upcoming November election. But think how small Jack Abramoff's corruption is compared to giving yourself $2 billion. Or how about Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas accepting dozens of gifts from folks with issues before the court, accepting vacations and private jet flights and stays at luxury resorts, and a rolling bus that he got a subsidized loan for, a loan that was forgiven in the largest part.
Senator's time has expired.
Excuse me, Mr. President, what's that?
Senator's time is expired.
Oh, well, can I ask for one more minute to complete my comments?
Without objection.
It boils down to this, folks. We should be helping the people of America, not adding $170 billion more when the ICE and CBP are sitting on the money. We should be reforming ICE and CBP. We should be helping Americans with the issues of the cost of gas and groceries and health care. We should be taking on this vast corruption, defending the integrity of the United States. That would be a great way, each of these, to celebrate our 250th anniversary. But that's not what we're doing today. So let's dump this bill where it belongs, in the trash heap. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator of South Carolina.